Okay, boys. Hello. Yo, yo, yo. To the yo, yo, yo. Here we go, go, go. I want to make sure I'm not like screaming at you. Oh my goodness. See, I told you. I think those little words, get in here. What do I say? Get in here now. Right? So see, hashtag make money with beauty, get in here now. Streaming 27 minutes ago. Hey, Sean. Listen, you need to get in here earlier, okay? You need to get in here a lot earlier with your friends, all your really fun people, all the Bitcoin Cash people. I know. Well, it's nice to have you here. I appreciate it. So appreciate it very much. But you guys need to like get my messages or something, okay? Like somebody's been spreading some bull. It's late night, so I can say bad words. Some BS, man, about what I can do. Hashtag make money with beauty. I'll show it Bitcoin Cash. You spell it out though. Be nice. That's one thing that we do is we respect the money. Okay, you follow the money, you respect the money. You don't like the money, you walk away. Don't say anything. Don't say anything bad. You don't want it, you don't buy it. It's like that. You don't walk into Nordstrom's and start, screaming at the T-shirts. Hey, you bullshit. Hey, you scam artist. You just go to the next rack and then, yeah, there you go. So I'll get Bitcoin Cash up. Hope I can even find the chart. I hope I can even find the chart. Thank you, Vivo. Thank you, thank you. That's right. MMWB. We're going for it. Make money with beauty. You guys are going to be buying all the merchandise. And Vivo Bitcoin is going to be my merch guy, I think. I don't know. He's been talking a little bit to me about it. Wouldn't that be something? After all, I think he gets it now. That I've been in this GAME doing the MMWB for a long ass time. And it's like, my God, did you guys not read the road sign? Follow the money. You follow the money. That's what you do. You don't follow troll, just awful people yelling and screaming at you, awful things. Can I give you some YouTube videos? Don't live a good life that way. You trade well, you live well. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. But you act like a douche online, not going to happen for you. It's not even going to look the same. Not even going to look the same. Anyway, it's late night with beauty. Hashtag make money with beauty. Let's get into Bitcoin because Sean, Mr. Sean Gallagher, who really wants to become famous, and I'll be sharing his I'll be sharing his YouTube video. Okay, so here we have the rejection of the follow-through lows. But, what did it do? It did it within a few, it looks like, hold on just a moment. And my charts might kind of stick a little bit here for a little bit, but we just missed the lows by a couple of dollars there. So, all right, Bitcoin Cash. All right, we're in Coinbase, right? So, and we go to BTC, and I always get this wrong, and it's because it's BCH, right? BCH? Do I have that right? Help me, help me. Bitcoin Cash, right? Help me, help me. BCH. Go to the Bitfinex, and we can go to Coinbase, right? So which one? We'll do Bitfinex because they're the ones that had it on the exchange before anybody. Let's make sure that I'm giving you the right chart. No. Hold on just a moment. Yes. Yes. Okay. So I think we have the chart that maybe you want me to talk about. Okay, so what do? First time we look at a chart. Doesn't matter. If you stepped away from the chart, you have to look at the bigger picture. The big, big picture. Okay, so you guys have probably seen this chart of mine before. And I can go through and kind of tell you sort of what kind of happened here. but obviously the short took hold after this incredible long 60-minute Ruby. And I'm getting a little slowing in my chart, so sorry about that. Let me see if I can get this thing to squeeze in here so you can kind of see. All right, so there's the lighthouse. Lighthouse got a pinpoint here, and you can notice where the other pinpoint is here. And isn't that really something? If you keep those ray tools on, what will usually happen is that they'll come into play again, which is over here. And that's why if you have a good chart in front of you, it doesn't matter as long as you know how to read it when it's in front of you. So that's why, for example, you might see my chart and go, well, I couldn't possibly understand that. But you can understand if you build it yourself, which is highly encouraged here. So there's the 30-minute. So you kind of know where this came from, right? That light post way over that high, way over on the left-hand side of the chart. Now there's other things that I could tell you about when this line came into play. We got the rejection, but the Ruby long held and went through and then powered up through this line. Unless I don't have very many drawings on this. The long was an excellent, gorgeous long. If you missed it, boo-hoo on that one. The short, on the other hand, this is a short along with the rest of the market, and then here we are right here. So we'll just bring this up to date, and I'm not going to be talking about these other lines because if you weren't here, it's not going to matter to you anyway. 30-minute. Let's go into the 15-minute, and then I'll check my chat. So hold on. So now you kind of know, right? You know where this line comes from, way back, the throwback. So let me tell you, atom left, apex, right shoulder, another W attempt, rejection, shoulder, up, power through, up to the 96. This is a Big Mac Daddy for me. The 96 and the 51 come into play here. A lot of what's called confluence or congestion of the EMAs. Price comes through, gets caught by the 243, which is right here. This is a great long. You pick up the long, you carry it to the 96. You don't try to call the top. The 96 and the 51 are still congested. Everything is. The 8, the 12, the 32, the 41, the 50, the 51, 52, I always put a slash mark there, the 96 with the 243 holding court. This is really unusual because usually the 243, and it's because the move was so violent to the upside that the 243 is down below. This really needs to kind of switch around if the short is indeed going to take another plunge. And you can see my break potential down here, 1280. 1280 played me well to the upside, and it will so do. We'll see what happens if it is meant to be to come down here. Let's go real tight in. Real tight, real tight. Real tight, real tight with all my might. There's the 5-minute. Okay, hit of the 243. Fractal, move long, little pullback fractal to the 96. 96 takes hold, the shorts come in. I hope you guys can you guys kind of see that? We'll move in real tight. And then I will check my chat. Hold on just a moment. Okay, so Sean, you get that? Okay, 7-day Bitfinex. Yeah. Yep. You want a 7-day projection? What do you want? I'm here for you. And also, the reason that I'm going to sound a little gangster is because it's late, you know what I mean? So if you guys don't mind, why don't you thumbs up and let me know, hashtag Make Money with Beauty, and you guys can handle the gangsta. Please thumbs up. I know there's people watching, so thumbs up, people. Hit the thumbs up, because I don't mess around. I don't mess around, just so that you guys know. Okay, I'm here to follow the money, to make money, to do good. That's why I'm here on YouTube. Hashtag Make Money with Beauty. MMWB. If you are Team Beauty, you need to thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up. There's 7 of us in the room, and then I'll know that I can, like, talk gangster and, kind of take my hair down and, like, just be my natural self with you guys. Not be too hyper, be a little bit of gangsta. And because Sean is asking for a big deal. Okay, this is big. Sean wants me to go out 7 friggin' days. 7 days. Okay, now that's the end of the year. So he wants me to make a call on the market and how the end of the year is going to, like work out, right? Sean's saying, be yourself. Well, thank you, Sean. Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean, it's just because it's late. And during the day, you know, like I wouldn't give myself permission to be this way. But I accept the challenge. There's no kind of guarantee, Sean, that I can kind of tell you what will happen 7 days out, okay? But what we'll do is that we'll get the chart to a place where we will motivate the chart out 7 days, okay? Which is basically the end of the year, which is right here, basically. So first thing we have to do is we have to make a marker. I hope you guys are going to be here with me on New Year's Eve. I hope you are. Okay, so that's the marker for the end of the year. Okay, this is this massive channel that's really coming off of here. This is kind of like more interior kind of stuff that needs to go on. But of course you can see, you know, Ruby's built on the 60-minute. So in a way we have to kind of forego the indicator altogether. That's what we really have to do. But what you're looking for is, Beauty, where can this go? So there's a couple tools that you can use. The fib retracement, high to low. This is near-term low. Let me just make sure I can get in here. Here's the high to low, all right? So these are your potential moves. I really don't think beyond the 50% mark by the end of the year, that would be quite the remarkable push to the upside. So don't worry about the annotation that you get on there if I have one. And I don't have one, so that's good. So that's the mid-range right there, right, guys? You see that? And then we went to, let me go to a 2-hour. And then what we'll do is that we'll go a low, and I think I'll give myself the benefit and I'll go to the 50% marker, which will take us down below, okay? These are just little kind of, you know, different ways that I get in there so that I can narrate, which is all that I can really do. I can narrate what the potential is. And let's go over all the way. Now the trade's going to look a little dusty. The chart will look a little dusty because as I kind of move in here. And then there's the 50% right above the free market equilibrium. So that's the danger low right here, the 20.056. But we have all this area to get over here. We have to get this price where we're at right here to Sean's glory, which is it. Remember, money moves with time. Money moves with time. So he wants to get this price to this vertical line. I'm assuming that he wants to have it be long. And now he has to figure out his big number is the 28, this fib line here, the 28.35. You don't get anywhere near this, Sean, or you bounce off and down below this. This trade is just going to hook down. It's going to fractal up and hook down, and it might do that. It can do it up to 5 times. It can do it up to 5 times. It can actually get us below 1280, and you'll notice you see all these double bottoms and all these. Speaking of delicious things, Sean, you know what's coming, right? What do you think I'm going to talk about? Yeah, you know, it's the 5 ledges, right? And we all know this. Now I could go on a different chart and we could do some ghost patterns. We could, you know, do some more progressive kind of things. We could even flip the chart as if, okay, here we are here, but basically what we're going to do is put in a double bottom, which will be like Tuesday, and then we'll go back up and we'll go into double tops, right? Like we could stretch the chart that way to make it migrate, but that ledge, as you can see in the 120-minute edge, right? Right, Sean? Sean, are you even paying attention to me? Okay, now I'm going to have to go into my whole sales pitch, and I've lost one person too, by the way. One person has gone bye-bye because I'm trying to help you. Anyway, see what I mean? Does anybody see what I mean? I should have 600 people in this room right now because I'm that much of a badass. And what happens? You come and now all of a sudden you're talking about the RubyPie and, you know, and all this stuff. Well, you're watching a movie. Really for the win. He gets it. He gets it. No, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely silliness. So there's a couple of different ways that we can get to the end of the year. But we're going to move in and I can kind of, you know, give you some areas on the chart that you should really, you know, like you should be focused on. Because you know what the big picture is, right? You definitely know. And you know basically the structure, right? You know how that works. You go high to low, which the low is over here, right there. And then what I did was I went low from here. And we could go in and perfect, pardon me. And then we went to the 50%. Because there's really no reason for me to take it all the way up here. Exactly. I mean, you could take it just absolutely the reverse. But because it looks to me like the 50% really, like you could move the fib once it was there. So we're going to look at the 50% so we can really look at the downward, what the downward, I'm probably really shouting at you guys, what the downward activity would be. You can always move it, right? None of this is static, okay? So you can see now the chart's going to look really cloudy. We get this little bit of J-hook. I'm going to go a little tighter in here. This is such a short begging for a tweezer bottom. It's begging for it. As a matter of fact, like if this was it, if this was the move that was going to carry it back up all the way up, I mean, we're talking about a one-legged, you know, one-legged rodeo dog, you know, rodeo horse. I have this great cartoon. It's a cowboy coming down like the dirt road in the middle of a ghost town, and he's got a horse, and the horse has got like a spring leg, and one ear's fallen off, and you know, the saddle is all wonky, and his tongue is hanging out, and it's a great cartoon. It's a Boynton cartoon, and all it says at the bottom of it is, "I hate this horse." I hate this horse. So, you know, you have to hate the horse right now because this is very difficult for a trade to establish itself. It's almost saying that it's begging, right, for, it's called a horse farrier. It's begging for someone to take it into the stall, check its check its hooves, because if you were to really look at this, these are things that we can't forget or forgive, that the trade came down the way that it did. Oh, I like that. You can't forget and forgive. What did I say? A trade. Okay, I have to figure that one out. That's a good one. We need to put that on our cocktail napkins. Speaking of merchandise, speaking of cocktail napkins, okay? Hashtag, what is it, guys? And one day when this is all really fun and there's like lots of people and we're all having fun and the chat is like really fun. You know, we're going to do fun things. And I'm not very funny, but we can do good things together. We can make money to do good. And I just believe in that altogether. So hashtag make money with beauty. And so, oh yeah, the cocktail napkins, and then the Boynton cartoon. I'll have to find the Boynton cartoon. I'll put it out on the Twitter. You guys will really enjoy that. We're going to move into the 30-minute now because, you know, you do have to do this sort of work. So even though like I'm messing around in between and everything. So here's the trade right now. There's the low. Doesn't look so dangerous when we're looking at the 30-minute all stretched out like this. But basically the trade has to, in order to resurrect itself, it has to go up over here, which that looks doable, right? The 2830, that looks okay. But it has to go from the 50%, 618, 786, and of course the 100. We can clean this up too, and I'll make a copy of the chart so you can have it for your own, you know, the picture. So that you understand, there's a fib high-low. And now I'm looking for, is there anything to tell me that the Fibonacci did okay? Well, it sort of did. The 618 got hit once here. So we got traders that took the 618 to the 786. That was a great little fractal in the long, by the way. And so kind of a teaser to get out. And but people got out, but then of course the scalpers came in and took that trade. That's the 618 786 push right there. But all sorts of things going on takes play right there. So that's the Ruby short cross. Right in here. Right in there, okay? Right in the middle of where the trade needs to stay for a while in order to continue its move up. That everyone could have handled. But what did we do? What in the world did this trade do? It's just, I can't even go back far to tell you when the trade was short. It was short, it was some stupid little short back here. That's the reversal. So do you see what I mean? Like this thing could go bad to the downside. We know that it has to be a tailored upside move, but the pressure and everything for this to be so pressured, the 243 will weaken more than likely if it doesn't continue to go to the upside. It will weaken and it will look something like happened here, where the 243 just could not hold the trade up. Let's go into the 15-minute, and then we're going to, so just making sure that everybody can see. So there's the Ruby cross, short. We built the Fibonacci high-low, and then we went in and we built the Fibonacci low-high, but to the 50% mark. And like I said, you could do that any way you want to do it. So we'll deal with the down pressure, okay, the downside pressure. And then let me get, hold on. Let me get that too wide. This is too wide, I can't get over. Oof, I did that really great, didn't I? Hold on. I just have to get my Fibonacci. This is way too far out for me to help you. Yep. There it is. Just move it in over here. 50%, right? Which is right here. Remember, we're not perfecting this, but you could always perfect it yourself. By going into the tool and going over the high lows to the marker. Okay. So here's the print. This is good. Okay, the 243 is at the 382. Now I know that it's to the downside, but the structure of the 243 is what's holding this trade up. If the trade is going to actually collapse in on itself, it will do it in a very organized, hello to the 382, hello halfway point, hello 618, and so forth and so on. It could hold up right here, the 786 area. It could decide that it wants to go ahead and do that, and that would sort of make sense. Let me show you why. I'm going to pick up a ray tool. We're going to go from here to here. So as price comes down, if it breaks the halfway point and it rests here, it can survive this, but you can see that if we lose that, then we might lose the entire play, okay, to recover, to go long. But that is a possibility right there, that it'll actually break through the 243, rest on the trend line, kind of mucky yuck around here. I wouldn't feel that bad if it was to short in here. The free market equilibrium kind of chug along as we get towards the end of the month, right? Remember, the end of the month is way over here. So it has enough room to come down, fractal up, come down, fractal up, come down. Here we go. Where are we? Oh, we're on the 15-minute. That's going to be 2. Let me get you into the 30 so we can really see how that can happen. So we come down, we fractal up, we come down more, we fractal up, and so forth and so on. And then here's your end of the road. So it's asking a lot of the trade to go all the way down, but in a way, do you see how that would make sense? for the trade to come down to the lows, maybe not any lower than 1280, mucky yuck around, and then start to make its move back up. Do you see that at all for yourself? Let me come back over to the chat. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Okay. Sean, Beauty, please buy. I can't believe you actually made me read that. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Oh, hey guys. Hi, Chris. No, it's okay. Okay, so Sean wants to be famous again. Sean, gonna make you famous. Gonna make you famous. How many YouTube channels are you in right now, Sean? Hey, I bet you're a cheater. I bet you're a big cheat, aren't you? Oh, okay. You think that I do what you fool guys tell me to? You think you're in 10 you're in 10 YouTube channels and a Telegram and Discord. Yeah, cool. Well, I'm glad I can rely on you for that. You know, because that's what we're all here on the internet for, right? So that we can be honest with one another. Yeah, okay, let's line everybody up. Let's line everybody up. Thank you. So my Nightbot's working pretty well. Okay, so we really spent enough time on Sean's question was, Beauty, you know, what's going to happen by the end of the year, you know, with Bitcoin Cash? What are the things that could happen with the trade? So this is all very kind of system of the down kind of stuff, guys. You know, you have to know how everything happened before, and then say to yourself that you have no idea what is going to happen. So you do when you look at you know, just the structure of things. And then you use a few tools to once again guide you, okay? If you don't know right now that this trade is short, if you don't know that, and then you're going to tell me that you're some catfish bottom player that knows how to play all this, you need to come forward right now. You really do, you little pumpkin pie. You need to come forward right now, because there's only about 4 people that I know in the trade that know how to do these trades. Only about 4 people that I know that know how to do these trades like that. If you do, you're playing the 9-second scalp and then calling yourself a hero. Very, very dangerous to play the counter trend long. It's all there. It's juicy. It's all moneyed up. Believe you me. But the trade right now, the current condition of the trade, guys, and it's not like I'm not suggesting you do any one thing or the other. Just be kind of upfront with your skill set. Is the trade is short. And if you don't see that, then we have to talk about something else. Somebody done drop something on their head. Okay, the trade is short. So that's why we build Fibonacci and so forth, to see where the levels are that we actually believe that the trade could hold, because everyone is now very focused on, is the trade going to continue short? Shit, I missed the short. It's a great short. Should I get back in short? Well, the trade is what's called thinning right now. So you can see Ruby is thinning. And this is almost like a Bollinger Squeeze. And that's what's happening right now. So we'll get a little bit of volatility. You'll get me coming online saying, get in here. It's stuck. It's absolutely like stuck on this apex here. And it's having a real trouble pinpointing where it should take what. What is the trade thinking what to do? You guys have heard me say this before. What are market participants thinking of right now? Hashtag make money with beauty. Hashtag Professor Beauty. What do you think? What do you think the participants are thinking about what to do right now? They're thinking about, do they want to take the risk on? And it's the same thing that you should be thinking of. Do I, right here, right now, not for any other reasons, not looking at any other thing in your life, right here, right now, do I want to put the risk on? And the moment that you decide, if the answer is yes, everything is off the table. Bye-bye, girlfriend. Bye-bye, mama. Bye-bye, wrapping Christmas gifts. Bye-bye, house party. Bye-bye, everything. Look at the trade right here. You're in a thinning pattern. It's short. This trade, hence the get in here, is about to do something. And it's the length of time it's going to take. But because it's thinning like this, and it'll build up a lot of pressure. And you're probably thinking, well, the trade's not doing anything, and I bet it's going to blow. Oh, it's going to blow. You just don't know which direction it is. You have no idea. So the answer to that question is, do participants want to take on risk? Okay, and speaking of risk, this is a great time for me to read my disclaimer. Everybody can go night-night now. I'll do it in a real pretty voice. You guys want that? I'll do it in a really pretty voice. I'll bring my voice down so I'm not like screaming at you guys. I should probably have a little bit of water. I'll try to bring it down to some bit. Okay, all right, guys. Everybody calm down. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take it real slow. We're going to do it on the 1 minute. I'm going to do it on the 3 minute, I mean. Where'd my dang, where'd the disclaimer go? I'm such a dork. Okay, there it is right there. Okay, 3 minute. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we go, here we go. Okay, 'twas the night before the live no audio feed. Who's still here with me? For the 8 watching, if you want me to bring it down, and I'm going to read my disclaimer in such a way that it will put you to sleep. But you have to thumbs up. I'm telling you, I'm gonna bring on the gangsta sexy talk with my disclaimer tonight. I'm gonna bring it. Okay, because I think we've probably been on for almost an hour. Yeah, we have been here for almost an hour. So more than likely, I'll probably leave you with the disclaimer. Okay. Oh, shoot, that's right. You're on the other side of the world. All right, so are we thumbs upping, or are we just kind of going to sit around and pretend like we don't speak English? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Come on now. Thumbs up. Is that everybody? Okay, you guys ready? Let's see, Vivo, he's experienced a little bit of this. It depends on how, like, you know, what I really want to do with it. And I bet Chris is cracking up. Chris, are you still in the house? Because this is for you. This is only for you. Look, yeah, Beauty Gone Wild. Is Chris in the house? All I'm going to do is read my disclaimer. That's pretty funny. All right, here we go. I don't think Chris is in the house anymore. That's sad. Oh, oh, now I got something to think about, okay? I got something to imagine now. I really do. Because you guys are going to understand what I'm about to tell you, okay? My stream is to serve as an archive of price action during volatile moves. That's it. I am on the internet for the internet to serve me, not for the internet to serve me up trolls and BS people, okay? My streams are really all about to journal what in the hell happened in the trade. That's it. Everything in between, it's up to how we all get along. Here's my disclaimer on 3, 2, 1. Please, I have to see Chris's. See, this is the problem. I want to be able to read it, but I have to be able to see Chris's Chris's response in chat. Chris, please be advised that all content in the charts shown, you know, the charts I want to show you, are meant for they are meant for entertainment and educational purposes only. Okay? Don't go any further with it. That's all that they're meant for. Just want to make sure. I'll keep reading. Trading stock, bond, currency, cryptocurrency, commodity, and futures markets can be rewarding, but is also risky. Be aware that you can lose money and in some ways lose more than you have. It can also be profitable, but not without significant risks. You are responsible for your own independent investment transactions. The charts shown are not to serve as an investment advisory service. I highly encourage you to seek professional, I knew I was going to blow it. Encourage you to seek professional advice in regard to your own financial decisions. Information you may get from any chart shown and its further discussion in other chat rooms or forums may not reflect my opinions at the time. The chart shown and their content is not a solicitation, nor an offer for professional investment advice, nor is it an offer to buy or sell stocks, bonds, currencies, cryptocurrencies, commodities, and or futures. Okay, so let's get a holy roller that everybody gets that. Start to read disclaimers before you put a trade on. Read them. Relax, slow it down, have yourself some water. Make sure that you've had something proper to eat. If you can, please, guys, and I know so many of you, you know, you're smoking the dope. Really and truly, try your best to be sober, diligent, thoughtful, you know, people. You can be creative and fun and all of those things, but this is so serious. And I know that, like, in the world of the trade, there's certain qualities that you need to have. And if you blow it too early in your life, what'll happen is that you'll revisit it at important times in your life because you'll get a little bit more courage. But when you do that, that important time in your life, you might have children or a mortgage or other people that you're responsible to, and then you will not have listened. You will not have had the discipline that you could have had, that you could have built up as a younger person or a younger trader. Not even talking about age, just a younger trader. You don't take the time because you're jackrabbiting everything. I need to do it now. I want to do it now. I saw a friend do it, etc., and so forth and so on. Okay, so does everybody get that? Read them. They're horrible to read. It's all legal BS. Everybody thinks it's not a good idea, but it may like settle your mind a little bit to realize, wait a minute, you know, this is the real deal. And sure, you know, if I do a shit trade, sure, you're thinking that you're going to have enough time to make it back, but there's no guarantee of that. There's even more of a guarantee that the trade, and now of course we're getting threats that the exchanges are going to even be involved, and we're getting actually a move up. I don't know if you can see that. Where's Sean? Sean. Doohickey. Sean. Sean. See, Sean went away when we read the disclaimer. See what I mean? And I did all that work for him, but he doesn't want to hear the nasty. He doesn't want to hear the gritty truth. Sean, okay. How many I know you're like my little mouse toy tonight, Sean. Okay. All right, so that's really about it. Does anyone have any, does anyone like want me to cover, Sean wanted me to cover Bitcoin Cash tonight. Anyone else have a chart? And I won't do the full experience or anything, but at least I could kind of look at it, and then maybe next time I go live, I can take a look. Mm-hmm. I know. Well, bring your friends. Don't you have people over there? You think I can keep doing this, you know, with the Lonely Hearts Club? I'm called the Recipe for Loneliness. Do you guys believe that? That's what they call me, the trolls. You hang out with her, man, it's a recipe for loneliness. Hashtag make money with beauty. We're trying to figure out, you know, how to make that hashtag like have more like, you know, like oomph. Of course. And I do appreciate it too, you know, of course. I really appreciate it. And we understand that the underlayment of this is that, you know, I'm just a lady on the internet, right? And then, of course, the arching important thing is that when you learn how to make money, it is the frigginest, coolest game around. And here we go. Let's see what we're up to with this. This trade does not want to go down. Very cool. Let me take out all of that. And Sean, did you get your readings on there? You kind of know what's happening? You have the atom left shoulder, the apex, any move off of that, and now it's just a matter of following this trade up. This line here is from the way back lighthouse. Do you remember? Isn't that right? It's not the 50% line, right? I think. Oy, hold on. Let me go here. Let me go here. Yeah, okay, so our 50% line is way up here. That's the stretch goal, okay, right up here. And that kind of makes sense. It's where the 96 was up over here. So 2864. All right. You following that then? I don't know what you wanted to have happen with the trade. I need to go back over to the BTC. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sorry, Charlie. All right, we're going to move in. And basically, this is what's happening. The trade itself, and you know how I hate these patterns, but you know, you have to put them in because when they happen, you really should draw them. It's just a matter of whether or not they're really going to kind of play out. This is a very typical reaction. The trade came into the heel short. We know that the trade is short. The longs came in, couldn't take the channel anymore. Got a little bit of a tell that the trade was going to go short again. We got a little funny candle right in there, then another little funny candle right in here to kind of tell us that the trade had exhausted long and it could pull back again. And it did a lot of things. The 51 got hit, the channel line got hit. And what will happen is that it will come and tease, it'll tease the shorts coming out of the pattern to come back in. Many, many times, though, the pattern it wants to continue itself. So until it comes to a complete rest. That's what it wants to do. So it could do this for as much as 75% of the entire move. So what you need to do, I used to have a little formula that I would show people, but you get into a candle count and you count how many bars there are all the way over here, and then take 75% of that, mark off the pattern to the 75% mark, and that's the expected moment in time where there will either be a breakout, a shallow breakout, it can be a little deeper than this, a shallow breakout, it'll come back in, and then it'll whipsaw and freak a lot of people out. But the problem with these patterns with Bitcoin, and as I was saying the other night, they fail and fail and fail all the time. So I could spend hours explaining, and it could look, oh my God, it's like, man, it is so beauty strong. It's like Team Beauty all the way. You know, like, we got this, people. We got it. And then sure enough, it'll fill in this area, and about right there, it'll just blast off, go into a double top, and then it'll decide what it wants to do up here. So it's really wicked. It's not fun. And because everybody kind of likes the patterns, because you can put them on the chart and they're kind of easy, you know, it's easy to share and talk about. Everybody get that? Everybody get that? Okay. It's like the Nightbot is kind of taken over a little bit. Yes, 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 right. That's true. It is. I mean, that's why you hit the big red button and go live. This is why we enjoy each other's company, and the ones that go live, we try and support and make sure other people on Twitter know, that you're going to be going live. And yeah, it's fun to see when it's right in front of you, for sure. All right, so I don't think, it looks like Sean's trying, pardon me for the bio. Sean's trying to show off. Sean, you know what the rules are. Why do I have to treat you like children's? Sean. Okay, there goes the bio misunderstanding for everybody. I think that might be it. Is that about it for everybody? Let me know, please. Oh, you want a final yo? What? It's time to move on down the road. I know. And if you know anything about me, you know that I do not show any of that. But recently, I've decided, I know, I got a yo to the go. And, I mean, it would be fun to kind of watch this trade, follow suit. It would be kind of fun to have, see that happen. But let's go ahead and submit to the bio, the needs of the body. And I do, whatever it is that you want to have happen to the trade, I hope that you just kind of have a good understanding for yourself. And, that's all that I can say. Here we go. Oh, anyway, that's really it. That is really it. What's really interesting too is that I didn't get any new subscribers. So guys, if you're hearing me for the first time, there's no harm. There's no harm, there's no foul, but YouTube would love it if you would tell them the only way that they know that I even exist is by you telling them with your likes, your shares, your subs, your notifier. That's the only way. I have been on YouTube at the end of January for 8 years, okay? And all I do is make money. I already know how to do that. My recent whole thing is learning more about blockchain and learning about wallets, and I'm going to be really doing more with Lightning Network and Lightning Labs and learning all of that. The money part is done for me in my life. But the learning is so fascinating and wonderful. And the only way that I can be encouraged to do that is to be recognized by one of the biggest companies in the world. Because I have this great site that I go to. I have to give it to you. It's so cool. It's called Cap Compare. And what I'll do is, let me throw in, well, I'll just throw in the site so you guys can kind of get an idea of what it's all about. It's called Cap Compare. And when you go over to Cap Compare, what it does is that it takes your whatever pair you have, and then it plunks it in. If you submit, plunks it in, and it shows you where your pair lies in weight against the legacy market, whether it's the NYSE or the NASDAQ, the unicorns. He keeps adding different kinds of labels up here, which is kind of fun. And it shows you where Bitcoin is according to market cap with the rest of the legacy market. And I just want you to understand that, like, I'm seeded with my content and have been seeded with my content for many, many years. And I do not have the encouragement or a stable, what's called a stable of viewers, right? And they're not fans, a stable of viewers that allows us to go in here, guru free, and learn. What do you mean the link doesn't work? What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean the link doesn't work? We gotta try. Try it again. And then tell me. If it doesn't work, I'll put it in my Twitter and see if that will clean it up. Sometimes Twitter will make it go through a loop-de-loop. You let me know. So that you understand how the big machine works with inside of YouTube is that if we don't let them know that I'm here or you're even interested in my content, they will shadow. Oh, what do you mean page not found? Sean, stop being douche. Don't be douche. Why are you acting like that? Give me a break. You need to stop stuff like that. I mean, what do you want? Some, oh, you're on some VPN to protect yourself or something? What is wrong with you? It's built by one. Oh my God, you're gonna make me so angry right now. Just, it's perfect way for me to end my night is to get mad at Sean. It's built by the product hunt maker of 2016. So give me a friggin' break. That's like a solid build, Sean. And this whole, oh, page not found, or oh, that's all broken and everything. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make you famous. Because now I gave you the best of me, and now you're gonna turn around and be douche. No, you're douche, man. That's not cool. That's not cool. It works for everybody else, Sean. Don't make me go there. I'm gonna make you famous. That's all there is to it. Here we go again, guys. Sorry you guys have to even listen to this. But that's what I'm going to do. You're a douche. I mean, you watch RT, Pulse, the Larry and Joe Show, the Boiler Room, the Economic Forecast. Don't tell me you can't get into that link. So you're going to be famous. There we go. Yeah, there we go. It works for everybody else but you. And yet you follow all those cool people. Go ahead, spread the word, the 8 that are watching. I'm not going to put up with any of this anymore. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh, this doesn't work. Oh, what? Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, you know the line that I really like? Is Bitrix down for anybody else? You know, and it's like, dude, refresh. You know? Get out of your porn sites. And maybe it'll pull up. And then I did all that stuff for you too. It makes me mad. Oh, and guess what? Nobody shared my event tonight. By the way, I share you guys all the time. Nobody shared my event tonight. Nobody shared my event tonight. You guys are okay. I'm gonna lump you all in one. Douche. Learn how this all works. I know how to make money with beauty. Yes, I'll look for it really. You know that I'm just pushing buttons right now. Make money with beauty, right? I'm not going to sit around, help Sean out, and then the one time I want to share something really cool with him, like I want to share something cool with him because I did what he asked me. He asked me something, then I want to have him look at something, right? And then he wants to make a big fufflenuff over not being able to open up the link, built by one of the best builders in the world of websites. Give me a break. Thank you, Chris. Nobody wants to be a douche in my room. It works. Vivo, we need a t-shirt. We need a t-shirt. Team Beauty. And then like, we need, oh, look at this move go. Team Beauty, it needs to be like something like, my other ride is a douche. My other ride is a douche, like that. I'm done with it. You guys are insane on my brain, man. It's ridiculous. And of course, you know what's going to happen. It's going to fill in the range. Let me go into the 5 minutes so we can see. That's what it's going to do. It's going to fill in the range, so we don't really know what's going to happen up here. So do you guys want me to hang out and figure out what's going to happen up here? You let me know. But Sean, I'm not doing anything for you for a whole week. Sean, be careful. Oh, look at Chawa. Chawa's like, don't rope me in, lady. Don't rope me in. I'm not a douche. You know, please don't do that. Anyway, you'll get used to it. It's late night, so we're just kind of acting, you know, a little crazy. Listen, Sean. Oh, now I know who you are, hun. Okay, Vivo, we need to make a t-shirt. Something around beauty ain't your honey. Something like that, okay? Oh, a lot of merchandise. I'm gonna have the Coin Scoop and BeautyBubble. We're gonna have our own catalog. We're gonna have wristbands and everything else. Like, I'm not your hun. What is that, hun? What is that? I'm not your hun. Okay, the internet ain't my baby daddy, Sean. Hun. So I know who you are now. So that was the giveaway. That was the giveaway. That's ridiculous. Okay, yeah, we'll just keep an eye on this, on the BTC USD. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, how else can I make you guys laugh? Because I bet, are you just cracking up right now? Because see, I like the crypto drama, crypto rant kind of stuff. Like, in a way, it's kind of, you know, it sort of kind of works because there's really only a few kind of types, you know, and Sean is a type, right? And I'm sure in his natural life, he's this, you know, wonderful person and everything like that. And then he comes on the internet and he thinks he can call me hun. Oh man, that's funny. I love it. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it is. Everybody has, you know, you're right. It is very much, people have their sides, people have their, you know, I guess a certain way of attracting people, and yeah. We need some bumper stickers or something. Okay, so we're about to kind of decide what's happening here. And I know Sean only because he's probably a really nice person and everything. So we'll go ahead and we'll go into the Bitfinex BCH, right? That's where we were. Yeah. So here we're getting that snag up, Sean, at the 96 and 51. And that's why that's happening right now. Once again, the 246 is like way the hell down here. Here's our, we'll have to call that, what's that lighthouse down in the Outer Banks? Hatteras. We'll call that the Hatteras line right here. So Hatteras line gets a nice actual little assist here, but the 96 and 51 are going to snag this up. That's a big deal for BTC8, for Bitcoin Cash, to get through that line. It could look something like this over here that you can see, but notice all the way across, right? I hope you can see that. All the way across the 96.51, lots of tension. There's just lots of tension that builds up, and those lines are like squeezed together right there. Do you see that? Hope you do. I hope you do. USD back to my Coinbase pair. And it'll be doing sort of kind of the same thing here, but on a trend line. And it'll get snagged up. I'll go into the 1 minute so you guys can actually see it nice up and close. Hope you guys can see that. And we'll really zoom into the boom boom. And we'll get right in there, nice and tight. Get in there, Papa. Okay, right over there, like that. So you guys kind of know, up above. Up above is, there's that trend line right there. And we'll just kind of see what happens. And I'll wait to see what the resolution is. Trade always brings you right back in. Okay, so I think that's good for everybody, right? Is that good for everybody? And I can, let's see here. Yes, of course. Now, Chawa, the only thing is that, like, we've been streaming for an hour, right? So if you're like first to ask, like Sean asked about Bitcoin Cash, what I'm not really good at is like giving you the short, quick answer on a pair that I feel it's important on the live stream to go through the whole sequence. But if you would ask me, like, you know, as a follow-up, right, then it's a little easier. So this late in the stream, it would be harder for me to get through anything. But if you've got a question, this is what I want you to do. And I will ask Chris if this is okay. Over at the CoinScoop Discord, okay, go ahead and write out your request. And then the guys will maybe let me know. I mean, you can write it out here, obviously. I'm just suggesting that because it might help you here, but it also might help other people in other channels. So like, you know, I have a Discord, for example, so it might help them. And then, of course, it might help their Discord too, depending on you know, what the question is. Does that make sense? And then just ask your question. Just, you know, yeah, go ahead and ask. I can even take a copy of it and put it over in my Discord. I'll be here next time on time. That's good. Good. Okay. Okay. And then tell me what your question is. Are you going to ask me over at the Discord? Okay. That's good enough. Yeah, do it. I think that would be kind of a cool way to do a little bit of, well, where I can be active too and helpful. Oh, you're looking at the Omni. Okay, on the weekly. All right, so what I'll do is let me make a copy and I will take it over to my Discord. And then between, you know, tomorrow and tomorrow night, I'll take a look at it and then I'll have a little better idea for you. Does that sound good? I think that probably would work. What are you laughing at now? Now you're gonna laugh at something? Oh, you mean the cookbook? Yeah. Oh man, I know. I'm trying these different things just to make people, you know, happy, to be interested. Okay, so let's go over here. This is a question from the live stream, and there'll be other traders, and we are looking at the Omni on the weekly, and we need to get some feedback. I'll give it a try, and we'll see what happens when the crew comes back online. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the best way to do it, right? And then we just look at the chart. And then if anyone has said anything, then it's kind of like, okay, XYZ person had this to say. And, you know, if they don't produce charts for you, it's a little more difficult. But you know, and then that's what it's all about. You just kind of, you know, listen a little bit. It's always your decision, whatever you're going to do. And then it gives you kind of when I go back to this whole thing about that it's very important that you have your narrative, not someone else's, that you know what you want to do, Not where you're looking at it and go, well, Beauty said this and Beauty said that. No, that is not the way that this works at all. We all kind of want to look at things and be sensible and give, sensible. It's called ChartChatConnect, and be sensible. But it's not going to be really open until after the first of the year. I mean, it's open now, but Vivo and another trader are in there, and I'm trying to decide exactly the best way to build out the Discord. I'm not too sure if it's going to be, like a great Discord, but it's called ChartChatConnect. Yes, it is. And we have a developers room over there too. But so that's the way that, and it's the same thing, like the Coin Scoop gets it too, right? The way that they bring ideas and where you look at them and you're trying to be sensible for your viewership, but your viewership will always have an opinion, which is really cool. And that's what you want to try and, solicit out of any kind of participation, is that you want everyone to be, it's called freedom of speech and free to speak. Because you might see something that I never even thought of, or that I missed, or because I could be clumsy or tired or something, So that's the way that it should feel with the forums. It should never be like a track and trade situation ever. Oh my God, please. And of course, most of the rooms that we have on YouTube are very like demanding. Like I'm demanding on a different level. I'm more difficult to get along with than I would be demanding that you take a trade that I want you to take, or that sort of thing. So anyway, I hope that gets you. And see, Chris is going and blowing on his Discord. I love his Discord, and I'm telling you, they know how I feel about them. They have a lot of potential. So here we go. Looks like we're going to tag the top of that line. We'll bring this down a little bit. And then let me make sure that, because I really don't have any much built on this anymore. I did do some cleanup. Let me get into the bigger chart here. Oh yeah. There were a lot of like trend lines and wedge lines and all of that I did kind of clean up the chart a little bit. So that's why it's pretty barren. That's the 15-minute. And then there's the 51 right there above it. So the thinning, it could be that there's enough to push it up and push it above. We'll still get a little snag at the top of the pattern here. Once again, a little snag at the top, the near top. And if we can find our way back to 15,850, maybe crawl around there for a while. And the complete retrace was back up here. I know that seems like a long ways away, but that is possible. It can happen. And it's the same thing with Bitcoin Cash too. I mean, we know how violent the market can be. It's what's healthy for the price. We know the volatility, but it's not always healthy for the continuum. A trade wants to do a little bit of basing. It wants to do some exponential moves. It wants to do some fractals. I mean, this is what the trade enjoys doing. It wants to kind of show what it can do. And market participants want to do the same thing. They want to wield their power. They want to, take off all of their profits. They want to take less risk. And so the chart actually exhibits all of that activity. That's what makes it so fascinating. So we got the little bit of thinning here, and we're just waiting to see what it wants to do. A lot of people very interested. Okay, so I think the Nightbot has pretty much done everything. It would be nice for me to see my chat while I'm working on the chart, but the way that I've done it is I just have you guys on the regular YouTube channel. I tried popping out the chat, but what happens is that when I move over to my chart, it pops down the chat. It doesn't keep it as a tab. It's literally a pop out, so it drops down into the, whatever that's called, the sidebar or whatever. So we're just going to wait, and maybe what I'll do is I'll put myself on mute for just a moment if you guys can keep yourselves company, and I will get some hydration. Over. Okie dokes. Oops. Okay. Running around here. All right, so you guys can hear me all right, right? Mic is hot. Hope so. Just let me know if you can hear me. I had to do some running around. Okay. Oh boy. All right, so you can see we did get that little doji candle in there right on the tag of the trend line. Remember, I don't make these things happen. You can. Obviously, you can influence the trade. But really, my expertise has more to do with recognizing certain things on the chart that, maybe other people would be messing around with another way of looking at the chart. And then, I only can bring you my experience. And it's not like my experience is greater than the next. The difference is I'm the only one that has kind of seen a billion candles. You could look at it that way. So I benefit from having a kind of like a trend eye or something. I don't want to talk too much about it because a lot of trends just in my natural life, I'm known as someone that can, they're called trend spotters. And you can, 7 or 8 years ahead is usually what I can see. So in the trade, though, of course, you have to crunch that down, right? Because we're all trading in a microsecond. And even though we can have this big picture and this huge picture, which I do have, when you have a trading desk of your own, when you are a family-run office, it's very important that you can kind of crunch down what you know, and that really is it's a skill set, and you can learn it. You have to love it. Number one, that has to be something you have to really enjoy your work, and then you just keep trying to get better at it. And it doesn't, obviously, like I've told you guys, I don't come here to try and be some sort of trading guru. I just connect some of the dots, and I love the people in the trade. So obviously I would like to bring like really cool people to you guys so that you can see what's out there and see what's available to you. To learn these things, whether there's books out there, there's great YouTubers that give a lot of stuff away, there's legacy traders that have amazing things available to you, because it all kind of matters as long as you have to respect it and love it. And so okay, so Chawa is asking, but how did you decide the bottom support line? So if you're talking about like these break potential lines that I have on my charts, these are things that happen in a trade that can be very ephemeral. And I'll give an example. Let's say that we have some activity in the trade that is very viral, like like a Bitfinex hack, for example. And the trade behaves a certain way. And there's certain feelers that I get about how people are responding to certain things. And I'll put a break potential line there. I can put a break potential line in an area of the trade that actually does break in one direction, breaks long or short. That's another way. Another one is just the general structure of price, and I'll put a break potential line there. Down below, we could look at like an ETH chart of mine from way back when I was trying to show people where the breaks would come to go long, when people were very short on the name. And so if you were to go back in those days, you'll see a lot of like, listen, there's a break potential here, there's a break potential here, like just follow these breaks up. So over time, it'll start to almost look like fractal, okay, beauty has a break potential line there, it breaks, but then it comes down to retest, and then it'll run off of that line. So I put them on my chart. I keep all of those on my charts, all of them. I don't, even if they are, like they would seem kind of useless now. And I'll give you the example. I mean, BTC is a perfect example of me having these print lines down there, including the 10,000 line is down on my charts. And I try not to, especially when we were, in the 19,000s, I'm not reminding you every 5 minutes, that we do have break lines down there. In private, when I've spoken to other traders, it's almost like when you're in the higher prints to remind them of the potential to go back to lower prints. You're kind of, you're being a heretic, and it's hard to remind people that, hey, listen, we have to make sure that we're always planning and looking for what's in the higher prints to take us down there. So it could be Fibonacci, or like there's all sorts of really cool ways that you can kind of foretell that you can't walk away from those prices. I mean, I've got price lines that can take us into the 800s. And then, so when I hear people talking about these things, I'm really listening to the nuance of who's talking about, like an 800. Why are they talking that way? Who do they influence? Where did they get the information from? Like how did it come to them? So, as it always would be, I'm giving you a very kind of elaborate, rambling answer, but they are arrived at in different ways. So now when I put a break potential line in, I talk about it if I can, or if I can remember to talk about it, because sometimes I'm putting them in when oh, okay, sure, not a problem. All right, so everybody got the tutorial on the break potential. Yeah, this was before all this had happened, before the breakdown happened, and you'll notice that you'll see the circles. So I grabbed the low from this swing low, and then of course we'd had this low put in here. So that doesn't change. So that's how you do that. To the other low. I mean, I could even, if you wanted to see me go, well, here, Beauty, let's, I don't want to do that. I don't want to wait until that happens. I want to get the low in, and then I want to build something else from here. Well, you can see if we had built it there, and I don't know if you can see this when you're actually looking at price, but this wouldn't have made any sense to build it there. Even if you decide, well, let me get my rate tool out and see what's going to happen. I'll just follow this trade like this. Oh, okay, it broke short. Okay, well, that's fine enough. And then it held, and then it broke again, and then you bring it here, and it marched up the trend line, okay? And then you bring it over here, right? And then it broke the trend. Do you see this? So that one would have worked too. And then I don't even know where it was now, right here. Yeah, it was right there. So, it just depends. If you're thinking that you're looking for a triangle, you can do it at any point that you want to, and then you just keep drawing and drawing and drawing. Because sometimes you're going to get like a wedge, other times you'll get, you'll get a triangle, other times you'll get, a true support line. Let me see if that makes sense to you, the way that I showed you that. Okay, yep, all right. So, when you're in your own chart and you're thinking, well, I like the ledges and pennants and triangles, and I want to learn more about them. Well, there's certainly enough studies out there, and there's a lot of charts that show them. So, just use your tools, and then as the trade starts to form, just use your tool and get your, get your narration around what you think can happen. Because in this particular move, there were probably, if we were in the room together, we probably had 10, 12 different calls come in the trade. But when I went live, like I didn't have this triangle built when we went live, but you could see it right away. Now this is me, of course, right? And you can see it, and also you're always looking for something to fill in the heel. So let me go back here. When you see a move like this happen, this is either a left shoulder of a W, and we talked about this, left shoulder, apex, which is where we're at right now. Do you see that? This is an apex of a W, shallow W with the catch of the 12. I know the EMAs don't make too much sense to you right now, but a catch of the 12, little sideways action to the upside, retest the high here, falls back down. We already kind of went through this trade before, but whenever you see enough of a move to give you any kind of a reading, you just go through what kind of a pattern could it be. So here I'll show you. I have this great. If you go to this Twitter of mine called Signals, it'll drop down in just a moment. I hope. There you go. Go to that Twitter, and that's just a cut and paste copy of the signals. These are basic signals that are over at finviz.com. It's called finviz.com. And if you're a legacy trader, you probably have heard of it. If you scroll down about maybe like halfway plus a little bit down their page, FinViz. And they're going to have a lot of crappy pop-up stuff now. In the day it was fun because they weren't selling ads, but and you can see they have a little box of all the signals. So, you know, when you find one, you can see, oh, now I get it. Okay, there's channels and wedges and you know, ascending wedges, and then there's really not I mean, there's a lot of formations that can happen. There's a lot of minutia that can happen in a trade, but maybe after, you know, like within a year, you would know, you know, like you would be able to ramble off, you know, 30 signals. Yeah, I would say that 2 a month, that's 24 signals. You would be able to, like, you'd be able to look at any chart and go, oh, that looks like a set of this and that and the other. Is that going to help me make an actionable play? Remember, this is all just chart stuff. We haven't even. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. This can help you, once again, with the narration and the health of the name on the chart. But then, of course, there's other things, you know, you have to be aware of, too. I hope that helps. Is everybody kind of still with me here on this? I hope so. And I'm going to drink the rest of my water, if you guys don't mind. And it looks like people are kind of walking away a little bit, so we followed it through the upper part of the channel. And so, you know, this is just a little kind of a little hippie fractal kind of thing going on here. Could hit the edge. Even if it runs out, of course, it might follow through to the downside. You don't know. It might break out. It might build up something here for a while. Another thing it can do is what's called jump the broom, which is that it just lollygags around and then literally jumps the broom. It doesn't do a resolution at all. It just literally, the trade just threads in and out of the pattern. That's why patterns for me with cryptocurrency, with the trade, they're fun to look at, and it's fun to tell a story, and it's cool when I can show you, look at that, that worked. You know, lower highs, cool, that's fun. But the resolution is always very touchy, very not fun. The beginning of them they're fun, but that's why you get a lot of people that are involved in the scalps, in the patterns. But as far as like a follow through, they're really, really hard to come to a full resolution in the traditional sense. Like I could show you any legacy pattern and it will follow the rules, but as we well know, cryptocurrencies never follow the rules. So it's up to us to be creative, inventive, progressive, try to be a little step, you know. You'll never know what's going to happen because no one knows what's going to happen, but you try to have your energy, up to be able to anticipate or project what is to happen next. So I hope that like fulfilled your greatest desires. I really do. Thank you so, so much. I'm going to be probably getting out of, oh yeah. You are so welcome. I've got the Omni in my other room too, so we will find out more about it tomorrow probably. Yes, very welcome. It's fun. And I'm glad that you're over at the Coin Scoop because they're just like super guys. Love, love, love them. Okay, so I'm going to get out of my own Discord. Okay, well, good. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of cool people. Just, remain thirsty and willing and, all of that. And it's not easy. It'll be, the hardest thing that you'll ever try to be accomplished at in your life. I mean, besides, having families and, and all of that. But as far as like a vocation, it's a very difficult work. That I can tell you. Okie doke, so I think we're going to wrap it up. We've been live for 2 hours. We did a very quick Bitcoin moving. Get in here with beauty, hashtag make money with beauty. I hope that this has encouraged everyone to remain vigilant and enjoy the trade as we, come into 2018 and really learn. 2018 is going to be a lot about discovery and discussion, discovery and discussion. Keep your minds open, surround yourself with people that really do, care about you, and start saying no to the troll. We are not going to survive if we relent, if we give in to the troll. Yes, I try to come on mostly every day, and I don't know when, but mostly every day. So, but I'm out on Twitter, and I'm pretty much infused into all of the social channels. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. And I'm going to be around YouTube as soon as I log out. I'll see what else is out there, and and I will see you. Oh, okay. I get that a lot in the beginning, Chawa. I get that a lot, and until you find, everyone will find their own, niche, right? So I want you to be a happy person and good with yourself and surrounded by, decent people. And it's not like we don't challenge ourselves. It's not like we're not argumentative or we even get mad at ourselves. We rage quit. There's a lot of emotion in what we do. So there's all of that going. Crypto drama is always going on. But, you just want to be able to breathe it in and go, okay, all right, I'm making money and I'm doing good. And I'm able to exhibit that in my natural life. I'm able to come in and have, solid relationships with people on the internet, and then we go from there. All right, so I'm going to end up with the Good Food Cookbook. Yes, we have a cookbook, but we are going to be coming out with another cookbook in the second quarter of 2013. It's the meat edition. Apparently, I've heard from the grapevine, from the big sticks of the people that hang out with the people of Core, that Bitcoiners don't eat vegetables. That's what I heard. And that if we make a meat-only cookbook, it will go viral. So guess what, guys? We're going to write a cookbook that's meat-only. Very excited about it. Very, very excited because there's some real secrets that you have no idea that I've got up my sleeve to bring you guys one of the best meat-only cookbook in the world. So there we go. There's the last one. If you've enjoyed the conversation in 2018, if you want to have a relationship with me, put it on the blockchain. It'll be there forever. And that way we can really build something important. It's been wonderful meeting all of you guys tonight. And I know that the numbers are going to be off the hook. And this will be in the can in just a little bit. I'll be doing some indexing, including a full archive of much of the chat as YouTube will give me. It goes, the whole thing goes into a file on Google+, just a link on Google+, and then I put that link inside of our comment section. So that is it for me tonight. I will talk to you. Oh my gosh, I got a great show from, oh my goodness, my line producer for the night. Wow. Well, thank you. Well, I hope maybe you'll talk to me over at the Discord then. Give me some real live kudos. I appreciate it very much. All right, guys. That's it. There's really no sign off. I used to do this big Hankin sign off, but I don't do that anymore. So I'll see everybody later. Bye-bye now.